Okay, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. And basically, we're going to talk about how America is Babylon the Great. And prove that with the scriptures, go into etymology, and basically, Lord will us be edifying, did we get to the nitty gritty of who Babylon the Great is, all right? Because it is a mystery, as the scriptures say, and not everybody believes or knows what who Babylon the Great is.
All right, so we're gonna start with the history. Babylon. Give me Genesis the 11th chapter. We'll see what happened to Babylon, the original Babylon. Starting like the 4th verse, I guess.
Come. Genesis 11:4. And they said, Go to let us build us a city in the tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
Keep going.
Go to let us go down, and there confound their language, and they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the earth upon the face of all the earth, and they let off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Yeah, so when the Lord when men had purpose to do their own device, which was build the tower, the Lord confounded the language. And there you get the word babal, which means confusion, because when you look it up in the Hebrew, the word babal means confusion. Confusion means, when you break it down, con, which means with, and fusion, mixture. So he basically confounded the languages.
Right. Let me just put this in right quick. I'm gonna go back here because I looked up that word. Read that word where it says confound their languages.
Yeah, this is verse 7. It says, Go to let us go down, and there confound their language.
Right. Now that word, I'm gonna go back again. I'm gonna click it again. The word for confound is literally babal. When you're confounded, you're in a state of confusion. Right? Which the scripture says what? Those that are in Yahweh shall not be confounded. And then also too, the scripture says what? That the Most High is not the author of confusion. So as I just clicked just now, the word confound means babal. Now it shows up 37 times as the word mingled, 2 times as the word confound, 1 time as anointed, mixed. See, 1 time as mixed, give provender, tempered, okay? And then there's a non-translate variant. Now the brother mentioned, he said the word confusion basically means with mixture. Now the word confusion, as we have it here, it says overthrowing, ruin, disorder, confusion, shame. From Latin, confusionum, nominative confusio, a mingling, mixing, blending, confusion, disorder. Right? A noun of action, from confundere, to pour together, to confuse. Right? Sense of a putting to shame, a sort mental, while that a mental perplexity is from 1590s, which still is the same thing. You know, to be perplexed, it means to be confused. And you see, you have synonymous words: mix up, disarray. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Then we can just hit the precept. The next precept, is Isaiah 47:1. You know, we went into the history of Babylon, which means confusion. We'll bring Isaiah 47:1 up.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Now,
Right.
when it says sit in the dust, it means sit in your confusion, you know. And the reason why it says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon," is because America has never been touched by a major war, you know, a major global war, so to speak. You know, these other nations haven't really had their hand in really getting down on Babylon. Like when you go into the history, you see World War I, World War II. United States entered into these wars. They were the last to enter into these wars, so to speak. You know, and they didn't have the great devastation that these other European nations had that fought in those wars. The Japanese, these other nations. You know. So read it again, brother.
Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Take the millstone and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg and uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers.
All right, let me get something real quick. Now that you're gonna prove that it's talking about future prophecy, and it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because the brother mentioned how the virgin daughter of Babylon is making reference to America, and that's who the virgin daughter of Babylon is. Matter of fact, Psalms 137:7. Get that real quick. Now I'm gonna read this. This is verse 7. This is Revelations 18:7. This is proven that Isaiah 47 is talking about future prophecy, because it links up with this. The scripture says read how? Precept upon precept. That's the understanding of the scriptures, precept upon precept. Now this is Revelations 18:7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's why I said here, Isaiah 47:1, it says, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You see, that's basically what the scripture is talking about. It says, because in herself, it says, verse 7 again, in Revelation 18:7, and live deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right. So, hey, that's pretty much it right there. That's the point. Go ahead, Doc.
Read verse 3 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You got verse 3.
Verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
And that's what's happening right now with America on a global scale. You know, you have these elections and stuff going on, and everybody's basically scoping or watching what's going on over there in America. The controversies, what America's foreign policy, you know, all of this stuff is being brought out on America, meaning thy nakedness shall be uncovered. All the atrocities that America committed in the past is being brought out via the internet.
Yeah, nakedness represents exposure. Mm-hmm. You know, when someone is naked, you're being exposed.
Yeah.
Now, a good thing is that's going on right now. Trump said what? He said, because, you know, he talks to Putin, so to speak. You know, they're supposed to be cool or whatever. You know, now Putin, Trump said that, Putin, one of them said that they got the emails from Hillary Clinton.
I think that's Julian Assange has the emails
Okay.
from Hillary Clinton.
Who's that?
WikiLeaks.
Oh,
WikiLeaks. Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that the same guy that's got asylum in Russia?
No, that's Snowden.
Snowden. Okay. But I think I did hear something about Putin revealing the emails or whatever. But one way or another, it's still showing America, being exposed, for its wickedness. But go ahead, Al.
So let's go to the next scripture. Did you bring out Psalms 137?
I got it. Okay. This is Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Now the scriptures mention two key names, Edom and the daughter of Babylon, in that scripture. Now we know that the Edomites are the ones are in control of Babylon. They're actually the modern day Chaldeans.
Yep.
And it mentions old daughter of Babylon who ought to be destroyed.
Right, because the Chaldeans the Chaldeans were basically they lived outside of Babylon, but they were the rulers of Babylon. They were Babylonians, they were Cushites, but they were the rulers. They called the shots. That's how we know that, for future tense, David was linking up who the daughter of the Chaldeans is, who the daughter of Babylon is.
So, that rewarded thee as thou hast rewarded us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Yeah, that's the point on that. I want to get this word real quick, the Chaldeans, and show who that is. Right. It says a territory in lower Mesopotamia bordering on the Persian Gulf. Right. It says the inhabitants of Chaldea living on the lower Euphrates and Tigris. All right. Well, go ahead. What brothers?
Go from to Jeremiah 50 and you can start at chapter 1.
Jeremiah 50 and 1. The word that Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart, both man and beast. And though
this is the prophet Jeremiah prophesying against Babylon, and it says he said, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal, and say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, because all of these idols in Babylon back then, they were confounded, and that's the same thing that's what's going to happen to Great Babylon. All the idols that these Edomites worship, they're going to be taken down, But you can continue, brother.
Right. Salaki, I just want to read this because I made the statement earlier. It says, Chaldea, also spelled Chaldea, was a small Semitic nation, which that's not true, that emerged between the late 10th and 9th century BC, serving until the mid 6th century BC, after which is dispersed as the Chaldeans tribes was absorbed into the native population of Babylonia. It was located in the marshy land of the far southeastern corner of Mesopotamia and briefly came to rule Babylon. See, there's a difference between the Chaldeans and the Babylonians. Go ahead.
You keep on reading.
Come. Verse 4. In those days and in that time, saith Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek Yahweh their power.
It says, in those days, which this is future prophecy, and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together. And it says going and weep, because, you know, this is really this is really a prophecy, but it actually happened too, you know. The Babylonians were taken down by another nation, but when it says in those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come together with the children of Judah, that's talking about in the times we living in now, the times that we're coming into now. But you can continue reading, brother.
Verse 5. They shall ask the way of Salakia. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. Verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherd hath caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
See, they have forgotten their resting place, because back on the time of Jeremiah, we knew that we were Israelites. But the scriptures say they have forgotten their resting place, which our resting place is Israel. You know?
That's right. Because we came straight out of Israel into Babylon. You know, we was dragged out of there. You know?
Verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitations of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Remove out the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as he goats before the flock. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Well, the scriptures represent those arrows as the nuclear missiles, and you want to get what is that?
Joel?
No, Second Ezra.
16?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep, Babylon and Asia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because those arrows represent nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
And the scriptures say, strong is the Lord that bendeth the bow.
Right.
The second Ezra is 16:1.
No. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, read it.
Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up thyselves with cloth and of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is set up among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
And according to prophecy, this is all that's going to happen. This is what's coming to Babylon the Great. The sword. What it said? It said the sword.
Oh, and it just said plagues are upon
plagues.
Are sent upon you, and what is he that may drive it away? May any man drive away and hunger a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble? When it have begun to burn, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer?
See, it talks about the arrows that are shot by a strong archer. Those represents those nuclear missiles. That's a code word for those missiles, man.
Right.
Jump down, because it's a lot. We jump down to verse 13.
Second Ezra's 6 and 16. Second Ezra's the 16th chapter, the 13th verse. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shotteth are sharp, and shall not miss. When they begun to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth.
Right, now you just read something. Right, you just had them read something where it said, they shall not return.
Right, that was in the beginning of.
I don't know, but it was something else this brother just read.
Yes.
Read it out loud. You know, you gotta read with force.
Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
See, none shall return in vain. You see, that's what the scriptures basically just said here. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. See, that's why they took the Apocrypha out, man, because the Apocrypha gives more detail. See, when someone may read Jeremiah, they may, that's just talking about ancient Babylon, when the Medes came and took over. But now when you go to the precept, it's talking about the arrows being shot from the end of the earth, from the end of the world, Salakia. You know, verse 14 says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again. See, again, until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till they consume the foundations of the earth. See? Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. See, again, that's going right into what Jeremiah was saying. You know, just like Joel too. None of them shall miss their rank. You know, so this is all talking about the destruction of Babylon the Great, the future Babylon, which the brother was explaining earlier, that what Babylon means, confusion. This is a great confusion. This is a lot of confusion. There's no other place on earth was ever this of much confusion. Nobody knows who they are. The Chinese people, that's not their real name. Chinese, that's a Greek terminology. You know, who else? The Japanese, they don't know who they are. Even the so-called Africans are calling themselves Africans. That's great confusion. And then you got a melting pot of people who call themselves the same thing, but then when they revert back to who they think they are, they're not even them people. So this is Babylon the Great. This is a place of much great confusion. All right?
Hey, read down Jeremiah 50, verse 13.
Verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited.
He's talking about Babylon again.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hissed at all her plagues.
Now go to Revelation, the 18th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, what is it, 18?
Top?
No, not the top. Not the top. It's towards verse. You can start at verse 16.
This is Revelations 18 and 16, and saying.
Start up at about 15.
Okay. Revelations 18 and 15. The merchants of these things which are made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, the great city that was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught.
Yeah, so in one hour, Babylon the Great is going to come to nothing, you know. And it's just that precept right there is piggybacking off of Jeremiah.
Relaying back.
Relaying back off of Jeremiah, 50th chapter. But I should have told you to read and started verse. You should have started at the top, like you said, brother.
Go ahead.
Start at the top.
Revelations 18:1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he carried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it is become the habitation of devils, and is behold of every foul spirit, and a carriage of every unclean and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Yeah, because that's the only things that's gonna inhabit Babylon once America's destroyed. Beasts, devils, cage, beasts, basically a scavenger beast.
Desert creatures.
Yeah, desert creatures.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that's gonna inhabit Babylon. There's not gonna be any human life in America once it's destroyed. Never again.
For all nations have drunken of her wine, of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, and the wine represents her philosophies. Her democracy, everything that comes with her democracy, her way of life, her way of thinking, that represents the wine. Homosexuality, transgenderism.
Woman over men. Women rights.
Yeah, women rights. Their so-called spin on human rights.
Yeah.
What is it? What else?
Bestiality, all kinds of madness.
Bestiality.
Having different nations. Yeah, having different nations amongst you.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's where the great confusion lies.
Mm-hmm.
Having all these nations amongst you, because when one nation lives amongst their own nation, then they set the rules of that nation. Mm-hmm. But then when you have an influx of nations, then it becomes confusion because there's no standard anymore. No, we do this and you do that. Okay, that's fine for you, but it's not fine for me. Mm-hmm. That's confusion because remember what it said. It said without order, right? Now, when you have order, then you have laws. America's really lawless. You can worship any god. You can start your own religion. The nigga Polite started his own language. I don't know if brother seen that. We was watching that yesterday with Polite on goddamn Power 105.1. The nigga say he started his own language. You can do that in America. But when there's true order, when you have a standard, you can't do that. But yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And that's how men get rich, by people having no set standard. You can make all types of money.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah. You can sell rabbit. You can set up traps and catch rabbits and sell them so people can eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Ducks or being a hoe.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point because what is it called? The mother of harlots. I got something. Go ahead. Well, let me just make this point real quick because the brothers that are following and watching, you've seen that I've been showing certain things and on the screen where modern day Babylon is, which I pointed out and showed earlier that is in Iraq, and then I put people that live in Iraq. See, people live here, but ancient Babylon was destroyed already, so it's not talking about there. Now, what I want to get real quick, there's a scripture that says, whoredom. It says when the city is turned to whoredom, it's basically wickedness is abundant. There it goes. Leviticus 19:29. It says, don't prostitute thy daughter, which is a whore, a harlot, to cause her to be a whore. There you go. Lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. And that's America. America's full of wickedness. Why? Because whoredom is abundant in America. That's why America is what? The mother of harlots.
That's right.
You know, a harlot is a whore. This is a place of whoredom. Whoredom also goes into what? Different philosophies, the fornication. You know? Yeah, brothers, go ahead. It's all good.
Verse 4.
This is Revelations 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues.
All right, go to verse 7. We're gonna close. We're gonna wrap up in a bit. Go to verse 7. Read verse 7. Go ahead. Read verse 7.
Verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment.
Jeremiah 21:13.
So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am, and
No, my bad. Isaiah 47:7.
I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Right. You got it?
Yeah.
No. There. With the brother, what you just read, she shall sit a queen and shall see no sorrow, right?
Right.
Now go ahead, read that.
Isaiah 47:7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right. That's the torment and the sorrow. Read verse 8. Did you read verse 8?
No.
Go ahead.
Therefore hear this now, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carefully, and sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
See, that's Babylon the Great. Now read Revelations 18:7 again.
Revelation 18:7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she hath said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Right. You holding Jeremiah 21:3? Jeremiah 21:3. 13. My bad. 21:13. And tell me what Psalms 10 and 6 is, real quick. Hold that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 21:13. Behold, I am against thee, O inhabitants of the valley and rock of the plain, saith Yahweh, which say, who shall come down against us, or who shall enter into our habitations?
See, that's talking about America. Keep going.
But I will punish you according to the fruit of your doings, saith Yahweh, and I will kindle a fire in thy forest thereof, and it shall devour all things round about it.
See, devour all things round about it. Is there more?
No, that was it.
Okay. What's Psalm 10 and 6?
Yes, this is Psalm 10 and 6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
See? There you go. That's it. Whatever you got, brother, I know you got it,
Yeah, because you know these Edomites, boy, you hear it on the radio shows, man. They they push for war. Hear it on the comment boards, they push for war. Nuke them, North Korea, Little do they know that, when you do that, when you go to start wars with these other nations, it's gonna come back on you tenfold, man.
Right.
Let
me see what this says. Is Ezekiel chapter? Oh yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, I know what this is. Ezekiel 28. I'm gonna read this. We're gonna close on this. Ezekiel 28, start at verse 2, and it says, son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith Yahweh power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God, or the Most High, in the midst of seas. Remember, when you read in the scriptures, it says that Babylon the Great is sitting upon many waters. All right? So this is talking about the same thing. Yet thou art a man and not the Most High, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Right? I will never be taken down. Right? Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasures. By the great wisdom and by the traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. And that's when you can read in Revelation the 18th chapter. You know, the merchants, they wept and they mourned. Why? Because the traffic was done away with. They said that the shipmen, right? They were all mourning. Why? Because the traffic. It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, because thou hast set in thine heart as the heart of the Most High. See, that's that boastfulness, right? Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom. Right? That's their thermonuclear bombs, man. Right? Because their wisdom is what? That's their technology. That's why they sit up in so high. That's why America sits up so high and says nobody, they can't be touched, because of the so-called technology, because of their missile defense system, because they've won. They became America. They became so great through their merchants, and also too because of war. So it says, and they shall defile thy brightness. America's going to be defiled, man, with these missiles, man. You know, that's, you know, you be watching that show, you know, where they say, violate this nigga. You know, and that's what the scriptures is saying. America's going to get violated, man. You know, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. So that's plain, man. That's talking about America, man. Babylon the Great, ultimately, man, which is also called Assyria, which is also called Egypt, which in this scripture was also called Tyrus. Yep, which was also called Tyrus, man. You know, so America is Babylon the Great is a code word for America, and so are many other names as well, man. But if you got any closing words or scriptures?
Nah.
Well, that's a mystery.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mystery, because if everybody knew that Babylon was the great, everybody would leave this place, man. So it has to become a mystery, you know.
Right. Yeah. Did you read Revelation 17:5?
Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
See, that's plain. That links, that ties in all the scriptures that we read. You know, all the statements that brothers made. You know, and that's pretty much it. You know, give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Take it out.
Yeah, comfortable. 2 minutes.
Where you talking?